we doing, Lions? Let's go.
Side by side,
Juice.
tripping lows with your best
Juice.
friend. We be stacking dibs,
Juice.
we be on the
Previously on KIMBA TV. So when I take that loss here, realize it here, I go, aha, all right, that comes out of this one. Now I can't do it because I gambled with these profits. So I have to respect that. But yes, I would love to take a short here, but I don't want you to think that I'm bearish. I'm not. On the higher time frame, I'm bullish. So I would love to take a short here, but that's going to give me the opportunity to, one, protect longs in case we do the gap fill at 114. And if we do go all the way back down to 109 to do a bullish retest of the RTH imbalance. Zero Sum says we had late last night's stream. We did. Farmer John says, Kimba, did you take so long at 175? Yes. Make sure you get caught up on last night's stream, Farmer John. Yeah, we broke all this down yesterday. Yeah, but definitely get caught up on last night's because, yes, Pixel Perfect 175. And who was I telling yesterday? I think it was Johnny Rambo. I said, Johnny, maybe we get away with it, but most likely it's going to go lower. So do you remember the TA that we did last night? Already ready. Remember, plan A is good, but real preparation is about plan B, plan C, plan D. You dig? Yeah, we already did the TA for that. So I actually said to somebody last night, don't be the dickhead talking about, wait, why did you take that long? On Monday, make sure you get caught up, you dig? We went through a couple of these, actually. Set a couple of alerts yesterday. We got the soul, the hype. We put these last night. Yeah, so we got Pixel Perfect bottom, but most likely it'll go lower. So put your stop loss at break even, shave a little bit. Yeah, I'm hoping for maybe Monday. Right? We always want it Monday or Tuesday. Akirks, you good? Zamil, let's go. Hedge fund. Kimmy says haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. Brokey's gonna break. Nah, I mean, retail gonna retail. But the math gonna math too. Nah, I mean, Kimmy's levels to the upside, levels to the downside. You good? Downside really hasn't changed. Downside is still gap fill, 114, 110 zone. And then to the upside, obviously, that has changed a little bit because we've dropped. So the 116 is going to be the 7.5 golden pocket resistance. The 117 is the imbalance pivot. And then 118, again, is that green line. So I would love a bearish retest of the green line. I think that's like a nice, I don't want to say easy, but nice risk reward scalp short. Yeah, otherwise 114 gap fill and specifically the 113.3 single print. 8 years bro says, Kimba, you were saying you might want to short the Kimba box around 117, 118.4. Yes. What kind of data are we going to look at? Hidden CVD bear div. Because I need to see a lower high. So here. CVD is going to look like this. 8 years bro says, is it low on open position for long? So meaning not bullish, but some short are closing. Well, the problem that you have right now is on face value, it's bearish because you have price going down and open interest going up. You have a lot of people shorting basically all the way from like here. So if price gets above, then you're probably going to see a little bit of a squeeze. So what you probably want to start to do is look at where the open interest spiked and start notating, okay, this motherfucker's open from here. This motherfucker's open from here. Yeah, so remember, at face value, price going down, open interest delta going up is bearish. Okay? So the price action, the order flow is bearish. But if we go back up and none of the open interest indicates a decline, then they'll be trapped. So what I would think is everybody that like FOMO market smashed short yesterday, last night, whatever, if they don't end up closing, and this is the narrative that I was talking about with like the whole bearish retest thing at the orange line, right? Lots of people shorted that quote unquote bearish retest. So if they get stopped out, then 118 probably not going to happen. But if they are not stopped out, then when you ask me what kind of edge I'm going to be looking for, I'll expect all of those people to get stopped out. Yeah, but that's if we go up and they don't close responsibly. Anything else? McEllum says coffee. Let's go. Rami says we could have sold 172 today. We could have it today. We could have it tomorrow. We could have it on Sunday. We could have it Monday, right? Yeah, I mean, the best tool for that timing bullshit it would be like Fibonacci times extensions. But yeah, you don't really have to time it perfect. So yeah, just make sure that you've managed. Okay, 21 Slippy says, you talking about the bear div on the daily chart, right? No, it would be on the 30-minute, 1 hour, or 4 hour. Most likely 4 hour or 1 hour. Since it's the weekend. Were you here when I gave the whole spiel about during the weekend it's low volume, therefore you would have a reason to give it more time? But if it's like Monday when the markets are open, RTH, it's high volume, you might not need to wait for a 30-minute candle close. So daily is probably a little bit too high, 21 slippage, but yeah, maybe like 1 hour, 4 hour probably over the weekend. And same thing if it goes down too. But you already know what my feeling is about going through a CME gap during CME pause, right? It doesn't count. So, and I don't know if you were here for like the other crazy gap. Were you here for this? Let's go back to 1 hour. Actually, sorry. I don't know if you were here for this, bro. Like, it kept like hopscotching. Don't count that out. Like, jink, it pauses here, but then it nukes over the weekend, and now we're here, And then it pauses, and then we're back up here again. And then it pauses, and then we're down here again. It's like, what the fuck? Could be like a really like a strong like gotcha. Maybe like a bing bong ding dong, bing bong ding dong, bing bong ding dong, bing bong ding dong ding. Manaka says that was a nasty time. Every RTH, I'm thinking it will get filled this time, but it wouldn't. So something to just kind of remember, right, Manaka? Because we already went through it one time. So let it bing bong ding dong form the range, and then what we want to short or long is when the price action deviates outside of that bing bong ding dong range. Right? Does that make sense, Manaka? Don't try to play the RTH gap. See the bing bong ding dong range when it deviates below or above we long or short. Stop the music, stop the music, stop the music. Zavi says, you said that on 118 is short. 1195 says your invalidation. Does invalidation mean that the trade is over and you shouldn't hold it? That is correct, but that doesn't mean you just sit there and wait until 1195, right? So that's just like the basic guidelines in terms of area. Like it shouldn't make a higher high if the short is valid, because the short is only valid if the structure is continuing, which means that it's a lower high, lower low. We just got a lower low, right? So it should be followed up with a lower high. So naturally, a higher high would be the invalidation. We're doing kindergarten TA, Zavi. All right. What the next level up from that would be saying, hey, since this is a lower high, the hidden CVD bear div is valid. All of the shorts that Kimba was talking about have now been stopped out. That's bearish, right? I have a swing fail pattern or a failed auction above that important green ass line that we've had for weeks. So it's still going to be open interest, it's still going to be structure, and it's still going to be divergences, Zavi. All right? And if any of those edges get invalidated, then the trade is over. So we don't short a random level. We short because there's bearish edge. And we would stop the short because the bearish edge goes away or is invalidated. But if anything, it can't make a higher high. Okay? So that's kind of like your like a DER kind of plan. You know, there should be a little bit more complexity than just enter here, stop out here. Yep. You got the whole plan? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So the invalidation doesn't necessarily have to be a higher high, but given that we don't really know exactly what kind of edge is there, right? Like I can't predict the future and say, hey, you're going to get a hidden CVD bear div. I don't know that. You know, you don't know that. Maybe we get a hidden CVD bear div, but all of the shorts are still underwater and they haven't been stopped out. Maybe we get structure, but we don't have divergence. And it's going to probably be like that. If you think that the ideal setup is going to happen on a Friday or on a weekend, you know, probably not, right? All right, let me get caught up on the chat. I got to start the outro music, ladies and gentlemen. So hit me with any last minute questions, y'all. Ayo Gain says, if you do, what time do you think you'll be in? I have no idea. I have a couple of other things that will take priority. Yeah, but I will tell you this, Ayo Gains, if I do show up tomorrow or on Sunday, I'll make sure that there's a YouTube replay so you can just watch that and get caught up. Sounds good? I'll make sure that it's like a YouTube replay. Yeah, and you know me, I'm not gonna like, you know, talk about some shit or stress like, hey, we gotta take this shit, you know, right now. We gotta take this shit over the weekend. You're never gonna hear me utter those words. We gotta take this trade, you know, before market open. You'll never hear me say stupid shit like that. So it's not like if you miss the altcoin nerd out, you're fucked. So for the most part, brother, it's just going to be a continuation of, let's say Bitcoin does end up getting rejected at 118 and I don't want you to think about my bearish thoughts as bearish. I'm bullish. So I'm just thinking worst case scenario, right? If this long is going to get fucked, most likely the culprit, the resistance is going to be that 117.5, 118, basically like settlement area. So that's something that you got to keep an eye on. You know, we talked about the golden pocket. We got through that and turned it into support. Check, right? Next level up, easy money, Bugatti money. Obviously, we're hitting a little bit of resistance. That's fine. We'll give it some time. Theoretically, we should be able to make a higher high. However, in 56 minutes, markets will be closed. RTH will be complete, and it will be running into not only just an hour of CME, but Macaulay weekend. CME will be paused for 48 hours. So something to think about as well. It'll be low volume, which means that it is not trustable. So 21 Slippage is asking, are you still going to scalp short at 118 from the current data? The current data is not what will help me decide if I want to short 118. It's when we get up there, 21 Slippage. So I'll break it down for you one more time. The CVD divergence that I would prefer to see is going to be a CVD hidden bear div. Do you know why? Because it's a lower high. Okay? So hidden CVD bear div. And if you need help with that, go to the Discord. Plenty of people can help you. And Houston is going to be taking over and doing some BTCC giveaways, so you could always stick around and talk to the other lions, okay? So that would be the divergence that I would want to see. Oh, thank you, baby. Open interest. I need to see all the underwater. So as soon as we get above 117, you're going to have hella shorts underwater. They still haven't closed yet, okay? I would maybe encourage you to rewind the stream, the whole stream from the very beginning. I started the day off talking about the bulls need to be able to defend this. You know? And so most likely that's like I would anticipate that through the night. You know, but listen to what I'm saying. Like this level is very important. So daily close above, important. Settlement above this, important. Obviously, making a higher high before doing a bullish retest would be preferable. Just think about all the basic strategy stuff that we've been talking about the last couple of days. But yeah, anyways, and so if all the shorts get stopped out, if the hidden bear div is there, if I can get failed auction or 3 drives, you know, I don't think it's a swing fail pattern. So probably like a 3 drives with a triple divergence regular. So imagine a higher time frame, hidden CVD bear div with a 3 drive structure on smaller time frame. Woo! All right. Then, yes, I'm probably trying to take that scalp short. But if we go up there and the hidden CVD bear div is no longer there, and the shorts are still underwater and not stopped out, I'm not taking that short. And I actually think I have pixel perfect bottom long to be able to at least clean 121, if not 123. I think everybody that was waiting to TP their shorts on closing the gap and or waiting to take a long for the gap to be filled, fucked. And that's the name of the game. It's called max pain. How can we fuck the most amount of people? So it's level by level, you know? Easy money, Bugatti money, 1176 to 118. Clearly, that green line that we've been drawing, like straight through the price action, has been a pretty important pivot point, right? So eventually need to get the fuck above that. If you put a gun to my head right now, I think it gets rejected at 118, you know? But it's, again, it's not like, am I going to TP the whole long? No, I'm going to hedge short. So I hope I'm wrong. And I get stopped out and we go higher. But anyways, sounds good, 21. What would the 3 drive structure look like? Sure, like this. And then this ends up being a regular bear div. And then this to this ends up being a hidden bear div. Okay, because a regular is the price action makes higher highs. The hidden, it makes a lower high. A lower high and a divergence means that it's the continuation of the original trend. So the original trend is down, down. Okay, and the best part, a regular means reversal. So it's making higher high, higher high, higher high, reversal. So it's going to make a lower low. So I love when there's a hidden with a regular. And it's the same thing with when we look for longs, brother. Right? This would be great if this was a hidden bull div, right? And then it would be great if this was a regular. Hidden means that it's continuation of the original trend. So this is up. Okay, so up. And then regular means that it's a reversal. So it's going to reverse this. So you should be able to make a higher high. Just shit like that. And then throw in some open interest, like underwater shorts. You know, where the fuck is VWAP? Are we above it? Are we below it? All right. So do your best, but nobody's going to eat your lunch if you fuck up the short, if you miss it, if you don't take it. Okay? Haskir says, Sol just made a higher high. Awesome. I would like, tell me when we were at 400. Otherwise, I'm going to always think I'm going to get round tripped. Brother, I've had some amazing Sol longs. This is, I'm not going to, dude, I'm not going to, you know, like this. So it made a higher high. Awesome. First off, I hope it's not a failed auction. Okay. Second off, I hope when it does do this, it makes a higher low. And last but not least, you need to get above this, because once you can get above this, like do, you know, this is probably, isn't that the more likely thing? Right? Dude, you better not fucking lose this. Cause then if all we need to do is get the fuck above value area low, because if we get acceptance into value area low, then what are we looking for? Yeah, so you're gonna fucking jinx me, my guy. Yeah, but you see what I see, yes? And we gotta get back above 183, my guy. Right? Yeah. All right, so quit playing with me. You know, watch like an SFP, like, if it's really gonna go, it's not gonna give you that, by the way. Or
You just said.
yeah, that would be the funniest. Fuck these goddamn 886 goose motherfuckers. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I see you guys tomorrow morning. Maybe I see you guys Sunday evening. But for sure, I'm gonna see you guys hella early on Monday. All right, 30 minutes until U.S. market close. 90 minutes until Macaulay Culkin weekend. Lions of Lithuania, Warriors of Lithuania. Stay safe. I'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. Can I get a